You're one of the councilmen here in Cleveland?
Yes, I represent this ward, which is Ward 3, Kinsman Union, Mount Pleasant area.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about the problems this area is having with foreclosures and stuff?
Well, we're the most residential ward in the entire city of Cleveland. And we fit the climate when it comes to predatory lending. You know, the fact that 51% of the people in my neighborhood own their homes, they're African American, and they're seniors. So you couple that all together, when someone comes in and says, when you say I need a new roof, and they come in and say I'll lend you the money, the senior doesn't want to go out and go to the government, so to speak, because African Americans are leery of government, so they go to this predatory lending. The lender gives them the $5,000 and they didn't read the fine print. And then they find themselves not only having to pay back the $5,000 for the roof, but then they got to pay this cost and that cost. And then they get themselves out of whack. Because they're not only talking about a roof, they're looking at other elements that they've got to pay for just to keep the house up. And then they find themselves not having the wherewithal or the ability to be able to continue to pay the house note, and then it goes into foreclosure. And then they wait till it's too late to contact people like myself or the mayor's office so we can step in and try to be that in between, negotiate with the mortgage guy to say, hey, let's see how we can work this out. Let's get this person in a better loan than they have right here. So they're waiting a little bit too long.
But you're willing to do that if they do contact you.
We've passed legislation to help out with dollars set aside. We've passed predatory lending laws. We've done a lot to try to assist, but by the same token, we got to get them to come to us. So we got a campaign that says don't borrow debt. You know, don't do that. So we're trying, but we got to get the word. These are seniors. Most of these people are senior citizens, and they're proud people.
They've probably lived here a long time.
They lived here an awful long time. The average person living in Mount Pleasant has lived here from 25, 30 years. I was talking to some people the other day, lived here 40, 50 years. So they've been here an awful long time.
What do you think about Senator Edwards trying to help with this situation?
Well, I think Senator Edwards, what I've heard, has been the only candidate that's talked about the working poor. And that's what our neighborhood basically is. It's individuals who go to work every single day. But they got to pay their own health care costs. They got to pay their own daycare costs because they're not below the level that the government's going to step in. And they're not above, and they're just a little bit above the level to where they can get some dollars. So therefore, it's got to come out of their pocket. So I think the senator has been the only one that says that the image that we have when it comes to poverty is that someone's living on the street, someone's living in a doorway, someone's living in a vacant house. But the image of poverty in America today is not like that. It's the individual that gets up every single day that's going to work. And they're working 8 hours a day. They're working 40 hours a week. And they're still struggling to make it through. Because if they get some dramatic, catastrophic medical, they're in trouble. If a big ticket item goes down, they're in trouble. They got to pay the $200 a month in week in daycare. So these are the individuals that we don't step in as a nation to help. They're never going to be able to live out their American dream. And in some cases, the American dream that they are living out because they're living in their home is going to be taken away from them. And we can do better than this. He's trying to address that, and I'm glad to hear that.
Okay, are you supporting him?
I am not. I haven't figured out who I'm supporting yet, but I like the senator. I like the senator a lot. My mom loves him.
My
mom loves him.
Okay, cool. Thanks for talking to me.